Welcome to the Cool Kids Table podcast. Thank you guys. Told you guys are amazing. Right away, more than tripled our YouTube listeners. The count is already through the roof, so it's all going up. Thank you guys. We're going to try something a little different this time just because you guys are amazing. And the social media game is all right, but it could be better. So this time, if you can tag people on the episode, your favorite episode, send them the YouTube link or send them, the picture of that episode. All the links in my bio, the Cool Kids podcast on Instagram. So if you could send them, the episode, just be like, hey, listen to this episode, whichever it may be, for whatever reason, your favorite episode, send it and let them know. Maybe they'll like it. We have a good amount of new listeners, more and more people are listening that I don't know. So it's kind of nice to get these DMs from people, strangers, I guess, saying, hey, I'm loving what you're doing. Keep up the good work. So I thank all of you guys that are continuing to share these things out there on social media. I appreciate it. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under the Cool Kids Table Podcast. On Twitter, it's just the Cool Kids Pod. Quick intro, I know. Okay, so on this episode of the podcast, I talked to my good friend Alex Acevedo. Alex is all around cool dude. Like, he's the man. He's a legend. You'll hear in this episode, he is the legend. I have a great time whenever I'm around him in real life. Went camping with him, I think, in November of last year. And this guy's a legend, man. He's up for anything. He's down. They don't call him always down Alex for nothing. It's a really good one. A lot of motivational stuff. He's out there grinding, doing big things. Like, I'm really proud of him. Proud to call him my friend. He's a great guy. And I mean, he deserves all the good things coming his way. It's a really, really fun one because this one we actually get a little drunk. Like, we were drinking like in a few other ones, but we actually get a little tipsy, and it's kind of fun to just, blur the lines a little bit. That being said, I do not want to be known as giving false information. So I do make two mistakes, which I will correct in the post. If you listen to the episode, listen all the way through, and I'll give corrections because I had the stats in mind. But I, obviously with drinking, and I don't have a paper notebook or anything in front of me. I'm just trying to remember everything. And like I mentioned a few times before, I listened to the episode just to make sure the quality and all that good stuff is there. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh shit, that's wrong. So even though it's like kind of right, it's not the right statistics. And, I'm sure maybe I made other mistakes in the past, but this one I knowingly can't like publish it and say, hey, well, too bad. Cause I know that that's not a accurate description of what I was trying to portray. So yeah, at the end, there's two. One is like whatever, but the second one's a little bit more important. So I'll just address both of them. Cause as soon as I heard it, I knew both of them were wrong. So yeah, Alex is a great dude, and man, this is really fun. Hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome. My guest today is Alex. Alex, welcome to the table.
What up, what up?
How are you doing today?
It's all right. Friday, not too bad. Just another day of the week.
So I keep giving everybody like the last three podcasts this beer. How do you feel about it?
To be honest, I've never had horchata in my life, even though I'm Mexican, but I kind of like it. Maybe it's the beer. I don't know. I kind of like it.
The beer we're talking about, once again, is Mic Drop. Shout out to Craft Beer King. Shout out to Mo. Yeah, it was in there, so I said, why not? I'm glad you like it. So I was thinking, dude, you played college baseball. That shit, how was that?
I mean, it was junior college baseball, so
no, give yourself credit, dude. Give yourself credit.
It was quite an experience. Our team sucked. It was mostly a party team, We had a coach. I hope he's not listening. I'm sure he's not. Who was actually an actor in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He was in one episode. He acted in a few different movies, and my team and stuff. We just said he probably acted his way into the head coaching position at Pasadena, and it was just he threw if you saw him throw a ball, it looked like he'd never thrown a ball in his life. We just kind of just had fun. We threw parties. I'm sure. Did you come to one of my parties? A Halloween party, yeah. So me and the teammates we played just to have fun for ourselves. We just partied a lot, and it was a cool experience. Definitely didn't regret it. Wanted to do it. Love baseball, and it was a great time.
That's awesome, man. You say junior college like it's a bad thing, but how many of I was a baseball player myself. I would have loved to play fucking junior college baseball. Mm-hmm. I played Sunday league. We were on a couple teams together. That shit was fucking fun too.
That was fun. Yeah. The only hard part was when you're the coach of a Sunday league team, trying to find nine guys
reliable
in their party years, trying to show up at a 9:00 game. Yeah, I mean, besides that, if you could get that, then yeah, it's fun.
We wanted to. I don't say we, but
no, we won. We won a championship, Sunday league championship. I laugh because me and my brother, who wanted to start it, my older brother, we kind of nicknamed our team Team Suck. Like we were just gonna suck and go and play baseball, and we ended up winning the whole championship, which was pretty funny.
That was pretty fun. That was a good year. Remember when I fucked up my leg at second base like a fucking idiot?
When did you do that?
When I slid like all awkwardly.
Was that towards the end of the season?
Yeah.
I think I remember.
That ended my career.
Your Sunday league career is done.
I remember I played first base. Like Fabian was there, and I was like, dude, I can't walk. And so I limped off the field. Like people carried me off. Mm-hmm. And then Fabian was there because his team played next, and he tried to jump in for me. And the umpire was like, no, dude, this guy was fucking sitting there in the fucking crowd. You can't jump in. So you guys put me at first base. Uh-huh. And then the team started bunting. Bunting towards first base.
Because you couldn't move.
So I'd be talking shit at first, like, you're a piece of shit, man. You see, I can't walk. You can't fucking swing. You're fucking bunting, you pussy. And so we still won the game, but Fabian ended up driving my car home because I couldn't. I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks.
Wow. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No. It was my own stupid fault. Dude, who's still second base on a Sunday league team?
You. Yeah, what happens?
The work ethic, man. Work ethic.
But yeah.
Are you still playing now?
Actually, the league that I was in, they owe money to the city, so we haven't played in months. I think my team's trying to find a different league to play in. So, or if anybody's listening, if anybody needs an extra, ace that throws 90 miles per hour, just hit me up. I'm here. I won't throw 90 because I don't want to mess with my arm, but yeah, I'm ready to pitch.
You still pitching?
The filthy,
that Bartolo Colon feed.
I got everything he has. The bombs, the speed, everything.
His homer, man. Did you see his home run shot?
That was ridiculous. Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Anyways, so what have you been up to, man?
Right now, doing a few different things. I got my own clothing brand called Uplift Apparel. You can check us out on Instagram at Uplift Apparel or shopuplift.com. So I do that. I travel different festivals, kind of, setting up my booth, selling clothes. I screen print on the side also for bands. If you guys need screen printing, let me know. I'm here. And yeah, just different jobs to do, just to work on the grind,
How did that start? I remember back, I want to say it was 2013. I remember you and Israel and your brother invited me like, hey, dude, we're going to Cali Roots. It's like a 3-day festival in May. Let's do it. And I was kind of like, let me check it out. Like, and I looked at the bands or whatever, and I was like, okay, I've heard a few of these. Like, honestly, the big ones.
Yeah.
You guys were way more into it. And I was like, all right, I'm down. It's fucking, Izzy told me it's going to be a marijuana and craft beer festival, dude, with some live music. Like, you'll love it. So I was like, dude, I'm down.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time, you had already, because I saw the pictures, I was looking up the pictures before I met with you. I was like, damn, dude, this was 6 years ago. And we were all wearing Uplift apparel. So I'm like, oh, shit. I thought, I have a good memory, but I can't remember everything. I thought Uplift apparel came after that. But then I was looking at it, and some of the bands were wearing Uplift apparel. I think it was the Something Kings.
Kings of Comrades,
yeah, they were good. They were good. And they were wearing Uplift apparel. So I'm like, holy shit. When, I have the timeline wrong. I'm like, when did that start?
So it started in college when I transferred to CSUN. I kind of, excuse me, I always wanted to create my own brand. Back in high school, I wore this or middle school, high school, I wore this brand called Atticus, and it was like the founder, the guys from Blink 182, Mark and Tom, they started it. I just thought it was pretty cool how it was like a brand in the music scene, how they, you know, kind of supported the scene, how were they involved. And yeah, so I always wanted to start my own thing. You know me, I like to be different. My nickname's Hippie. If you guys went to Mountain View, I'm the kid that wore the beach sandals to school. You know, nobody else was wearing that in El Monte.
You were the first person wearing Hollister, dude. I'll give you that.
I wore Hollister, you know, I got laughed at. I didn't care. And then, you know, not to mention any names, but the people who laughed at me started wearing it a few months later, and then that's when I had to find something else to wear. But yeah, like I always wanted to be different. Sorry, that was a beer break. Yeah, so I wanted to start my own brand. I kind of got into reggae music. I like the message of it, just the positive vibe, just everything about it. And I couldn't play music. I couldn't, you know, spread that message. So I thought, why not spread it a different way and put it on a T-shirt? So that's kind of how the brand started. It's not necessarily a reggae brand, but it kind of encompasses the same kind of positive message that reggae music does. And yeah, so I started. I just, you know, bought some shirts online that had with the printed logo on it, and then started passing them out to bands, just getting it out there. You know how you always start it. And then slowly started building and bought my own screen press. Learned that YouTube everything. YouTube. I wish I didn't go to school and I just went to YouTube University. I would have learned everything that way. Learning graphic design. It's like I just do the simple designs, but I learned it from there. So I bought my press, bought some blank shirts, and started printing more in my garage. And yeah, built from there. That's how it started. Just wanted to do my own thing, and, you know, why not? Just thought to myself, why not?
That's a great attitude. Why not? Remember baseball, why not us?
Why not us?
Why not us? And I remember the Cali Roots, man. I remember your brother. Shout out to Drew. Me, Izzy, and Drew drove up there. No. Pork Chop was with our car.
Yeah.
And Drew was with you guys. And so the thing just became Cali Roots.
Cali Roots, that's right.
And that's where we would just be yelling up and down, drinking Sierra Nevadas.
That was. I still, from that first festival, I've been going every year since. Was it the first year?
I think on 2013, dude. I want to say 2013.
I don't even know. It's probably my 6th, 7th year. This year it'll be my 7th year going.
This year?
Yeah, 7th year in the row.
But you had gone by yourself the year before, no?
So
when we went was your first time?
Yeah, we all went together.
Okay.
Excuse me. Next year, I don't think that was the only year you went.
That's
the first
year
year
I went. Yeah.
Next year, it was a couple. Is the same group. The following year, I think nobody was down, or like we always plan early and we didn't plan it. So I went. So I told myself like I'm just gonna go. So I drove there. I camped out in my car.
Nice.
So if you don't know, it's in Monterey, the Monterey Fairgrounds. It's right across the street. You could park and you could just keep your car there all weekend. So I just parked my car, got there Thursday, parked my car, and just camped out in my car all weekend, which was, a cool experience because I feel like...
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself. Like, nice. I think, I know people there, I'll run into them. I think you're just listening to music most of the time. It's not like you're kind of, conversating with people. It's just, you're there for the music. So I go to a lot of shows by myself, meet festivals. It's just, I just enjoy the music. I don't really need somebody there with me, to enjoy it. Yeah, so I went by myself, and past couple years after that, I think we had a small group that went. And then I think 2 years ago, I went with the band that I was touring with. So if you want to get into that, when I started the brand, I kind of built it around the scene. My Instagram was just promoting up-and-coming bands, and I got a lot of love from those bands, and it kind of, the brand grew that way. And so one summer, I was actually supposed to finish my master's that summer, but this band hit me up. He's like, hey, we need a merch guy to go on the road. We're going on a small little run. Do you want to go? And, you know me, I'm down for anything. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So that was my first experience. It was a couple of weeks. Went to all over California, Seattle, Oregon, Montana, Colorado, Utah, and Arizona. I think some of them might be missing a state here or there. But yeah, so I jumped on the road with them. The band's called Ayaterra. Big ups to them. If you don't know, they're one of the up-and-coming bands in the reggae scene. They're going to be huge next couple of years. They just played at Red Rocks, the legendary venue. So,
Aren't they touring with Revolution?
They did a week with Revolution a couple months ago. Yeah. They just finished a tour with Soja.
Nice.
On the East Coast, and yeah, they've been on the road for a long time. So I was able to be on the road with them for a few years. So from that first tour, we did tours with Catch a Fire, Fortunate Youth, Stick Figure, Expanders, just a few bands. I think I was on the road with them for like over a year and a half or 2 years. Yeah. So anyways, where was I going with this?
How the brand
started.
They shot You Love, and the brand grew organically.
Yeah, so I grew. They let me take my clothing brand on the road, so I was able to sell that, kind of spread it that way, and I just toured with them. Oh yeah, that's right. We're talking about Cali Roots. So 1 year we finished the tour, and one of the last shows on that tour was Cali Roots. So I was able to get in as an artist, do the whole artist camping stuff, and it's probably one of the best years that I've done. It was a cool experience, just being in the artist camping, just meeting all these artists, some of these bands I look up to, and yeah, it was cool.
Networking yourself that way too, in a say not business way, because you're just meeting people like genuinely. Yeah,
just connection, just them knowing you, just on a personal,
level.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a cool experience. That's why I wanted to get on the road too, just to meet bands, just to kind of put myself out there, who I am, what I'm doing, just kind of telling what my brand's about. And so far, it's been good. I got a lot of love, and I appreciate it. I'm thankful for where it's gone. There's still a long way to go, but from where it started to where it is now, it's pretty cool. I get to travel all over the country, reggae festivals. Did one in Florida.
Like a month ago, no?
Yeah. Reggae Rise Up, that's another, if you've never gone, it's probably one of my other favorite festivals in Florida, in St. Pete. I've been doing that one for the past 3 years. So last year, actually, my dad went on the road with me. He drove to Florida. Cool. Yeah.
What the fuck?
He's like, because the first year, Izzy flew with me. We put everything we can in suitcases.
Izzy from episode 1, Izzy?
That's
Izzy
right.
Uplift.
So we put everything, tried to fit everything in like a couple suitcases and flew over there. It was a 2-day festival. And I ended up doing pretty good that first year. So I was like, why not drive and bring as much stuff as I can just to know, have a better idea of what's selling, what's not. So my dad, he's like, he wanted to see the country. He's never been, across the country. Yeah. So we drove. That was a pretty crazy drive. 3 days just driving all the way to Florida. And so he was there at the festival. Not really helping out, but just there, just
enjoying the moment.
Yeah. He was able to see what all of my hard work, was taking me, what I put into it, and kind of see the results. And it was a good year, that second year. And so this past year, I did not feel like driving across the country. That is not fun. So I shipped out a few boxes and just flew there, and it was still pretty good. It was I'd say a successful festival. And so that's one of my favorites, just because you're on the water, you're in Florida, the weather's not too bad at that time of the year, because I've been in there in August.
Humid.
With the band. We're on tour with Still Pulse, the Legends, and I was doing merch, and we had outdoor shows, so I was just there dripping in sweat, like it was like a wet t-shirt contest, and I wasn't the winner, but I had to keep switching shirts like nonstop. It was ridiculous. We had one show in Miami where was an outdoor show, and they had like a portable restroom. I went in there just because it had AC, so I would go in there just to hang out. It was bad. I didn't enjoy that. But yeah, Florida was fun. That festival was fun. Then I've done some in Utah. The big one in Monterey. And just some that pop up. I'm doing one in San Diego, Slightly Stupid. I think Tribal Seeds. That was pretty cool. One day, San Diego Bay Fest. The One Love in Long Beach, if you guys been. That one's a pretty good one. Yeah, I mean, this brand's taken me all over the country, and touring with the band, it's taken me all over the roads. You know, some places I might have never seen if it wasn't for that.
So you went to, I remember we're talking about Canada. You went to Canada.
I love Canada. I love Nickelback. Canada's great. No, honestly, no, not the Beavs. No, Nickelback. Honestly, Canada was amazing. Like Vancouver, I don't know, like to whoever's been, to me, it's like LA, but nicer, and the people are way friendlier. It's nice. I have a lot of love for Canada. We were there for a couple of days, and you could definitely hear the accents, like in those little cities outside. We went. I've toured. I think I've been to 54 states so far. 54 states. 54 states. We've traveled around. Like, if you count driving through, would you count that?
There's only 50 states.
Damn,
yeah, like,
you know what?
34?
You know what? I thought about this earlier too. I was like, I said 54 in my head earlier. I was like, wait. You know what? You guys don't go to college. It doesn't help for anything. I have dyslexia. 45?
Okay.
How many states are there?
50.
All right, I've been to 40.
There's 48 continental plus Hawaii and Alaska, so 50.
We're going to go through each state.
We
we're
could.
Gonna cross.
Arkansas, Alabama.
No, okay. I've been to 40. Damn it. 44 or 46. Okay. Either one.
Regardless.
Okay, I'm
high
missing
number. Hawaii and Alaska.
No, I've been to Hawaii.
Oh, shit. When?
Last December.
Or like,
personally, yeah.
Okay,
I went,
okay. It wasn't, okay.
I was there for a couple of days. Hawaii's amazing. It's beautiful. Hopefully I get to go again. I haven't been to Alaska. I haven't been to the Dakotas. That's 3. What's those 3 states in the top right corner?
Delaware, Maine, and
Boston's in Maine, huh?
No, Boston's in Massachusetts.
Damn, my I did not take a geography class at all.
Connecticut.
No, I've been to Connecticut. Okay. The
Rhode
Dakotas, I apologize. The Dakotas.
Rhode Island,
Vermont. Anyway, there's 6 states that I haven't been. Okay. Those 3 states, and then the Dakotas and Alaska. So yeah, I've been to 46. Hopefully knock out all 50 one of these days before I get too old. But yeah.
It's fucking cool, man. I've been... This is funny. Comparing yourself to mine. I've been to Vegas once. So by default, I've been in Nevada. But yeah, no, I even said, dude, I don't care if I get deported. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to see the Grand Canyon, dude. I just been obsessed with it.
Have you seen it?
Well, no, pictures and shit, but I've never been.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, dude, fuck it. I'll put some Arizona plates on my car and just drive over there. I want to see it.
Yeah.
That's been something I've been obsessed with the last few weeks. Just hearing about it, talking about it. Mm-hmm. I'm sure this episode will come out after it ran. We were talking about it on there. I'm like, dude, I'm just going to drive over there. Fuck it. Like, if I get deported, at least I saw the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Actually, this weekend I thought about just driving, because there's that horseshoe bend. I don't know if you're... This weekend I thought about just taking a drive there, but something came up. But yeah, just there's times where I'm like, I'm just going to drive. Like, just do it. You know, life is short. Just do it.
That's what I've been telling myself.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. That's why, for me, this whole, what I've done, this brand and stuff, it's like, I don't know, I just thought to myself, like, I'm just going to do what I want. Like, if I could find a way to do it and, live off it, then I'm going to do it. Life is short. You never know what's going to happen. Your life might be over tomorrow. What are you going to be remembered by? Like, working your whole life? Like, just enjoy it while you can. You never know when it's up. So, yeah, that's basically my life. What? Life motto?
Mantra?
Life. I don't know. But, yeah. That's what
model? No. As you said.
That's exactly. Sorry, we had too many beers. Yeah. That's the way I've been living my life, I guess you would say.
Said model. I thought about it and I said it anyways. Shout out to Mo, Craft Beer Kings.
Yeah, thanks for getting us pretty buzzed for this. Yeah, I'm a one and done guy, so that one beer that I would have is a Bud Light, and I'm get pretty buzzed off this. So this,
and we still have the Office Haze.
Oh,
Shout out
man.
to Office Haze. I got it because it looked like the Office, the show. But now that I'm looking at the can, it looks like it's the
it looks
Office.
nothing like
No,
it.
it's Office.
I didn't want to
Space.
tell you that at
if you guys
first.
like that Office Space movie, do you remember the? Oh, it's my red stapler, my stapler. It has a picture of the stapler right in the front. I'm like, how did I miss that? But that's the next beer we're trying. Are you ready for it? I'm not.
I'm I'm almost done.
All right, fuck it. We're gonna open up this Office Haze. Give me 5 seconds. Say something, Alex, so they're not.
Yeah, so I apologize. I'm not a big drinker, but I could chug a lot. So I apologize for mixing up the amount of states there are in this country. I apologize to Donald Trump. Hopefully he does not deport me.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Dude, remember we went like when was it? No, it was like November, December.
Oh, that one's disgusting.
It's all right.
I don't drink IPAs.
I asked you, what do you want to drink? You said anything. When we went camping with Israel and Julia, you're a fucking legend. And did Eric go? No, Eric didn't go. You're a fucking legend. Alex is anything. I'm down. I'm like, dude, I want that attitude.
I mean,
because he was just like, anything was, I'm down. We're going to do this. I'm down. And so you got the nickname from me. That remember, like, Alex, you're a legend.
Yeah,
Alex,
I mean, I've been calling myself that all my life, but I don't like to brag. But yeah, I am a legend. Actually, we're playing Flip Cup this past weekend. Izzy. Shout out to Izzy, who we're best friends, but he hates when I beat him at anything. We're playing Flip Cup, and we had teams. I was the last one, and I called my shot. Like, I'm closing my eyes and I flipped the cup, and guess what happened? I won it. I'm a legend. I'm sorry. Sorry for bragging. But yeah, I'm pretty much down to live life,
That was fun. That was a fun experience, and it stuck with me, because I hadn't seen you in a good while.
Mm-hmm.
So just I was like, dude, because I remember we illegally I streamed the fights on. There was a great fight that night.
Oh,
My boss was too hot. That was a Derek Lewis. Remember?
Yes.
My boy Israel, the style bender, he won his fight. Tony Ferguson won. So we were just having fun. We were camping.
That was a good weekend, yeah.
And I just remember I was like, I told Israel, like, fuck, dude, Alex is a fucking man. That's why he's so successful. Like, this guy just fucking doing it. And at the time, I want to say it was like November, because I think it was right around Thanksgiving.
It was a little, yeah, I would say around there.
So that just, it's one of those things that, like, all your experiences stick with you, right? Everything kind of builds you in a certain way. But that's kind of one of the things, that's why I reached out to you fairly often, fairly early when I started the podcast, because I was like, dude, I want Alex on here. Because I was going to ask you anyways. You're my boy. We've known each other for quite a while. Your successes, I know people will fucking... I told you before we started, like, people want to hear successful people speak, because then you could do what they do. Mm-hmm. How are they doing it? But at the same time, I was like, dude, just the stories Alex has, I know will be good. Just because that weekend alone, dude, I had a blast, man. I really did.
Yeah, that was... I don't like to party, but I like to party, if you know what I mean. Like, if I'm going to have fun, I'm going to make the best of it. So, yeah, if you don't know me, I'm pretty quiet in person, but once you get a couple of beers in me, then that's when the fun starts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that weekend was fun. I just like camping in general. The past couple of years I started doing that with Izzy and a couple of friends, Eric, Pork Chop. I'd rather spend a weekend camping than a weekend in Vegas. I just like getting out there, getting away from everything, just being in nature. It's a great feeling to me. You kind of take it rejuvenates you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I did one. Well, right before that, I had just done my first kind of little getaway. I went to Sequoia for a couple of days.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was fucking, like you said, to me it was refreshing. Like,
yeah.
I'm not always on my phone, but you got to check your emails. You got to check this, whatever. You got to text.
You try not to be on your phone, but you really are. Yeah, you really are.
Even if you're productive, you're on your phone. You're doing work, even though it's emails or whatever. You're still on your phone. So I was just like, dude, just not having any service for like fucking, I don't know, it was like maybe 72 hours, something like that. It was just nice because there, even if you wanted to be on your phone, you couldn't. Not that I did, but you know, I checked the time because it was still like my watch. You know, I'd be like, oh fuck, dude, it's fucking 2 p.m. I thought it was like 11. Like time's just blowing by. We did the whole hiking in nature. You know, fucking people walking up out of the woods, just kind of like all freaky. Like, dude, there's a bear up there. I'd be careful. You know, take this route instead of that route. And you know, I went with my brother. And my brother's a little bit more pessimistic. He goes, dude, what if there was a bear and he's sending us on the on the route to the bear? You know, we don't know that fucking guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. Like,
this guy.
So, you know, we still drank. We had a couple beers out there, but it was just nice being away from everything. You know, seeing the moon, the way the moon looks without the fucking light pollution.
Yeah.
The stars. Just having those conversations. You know, that's one thing. That just those conversations about nothing.
Just,
like,
being out there and...
It's just being like... Because, you know...
You don't even have to talk. You're just around a campfire. It's just a vibe, you know. I can't explain it. It's to me. I love that. Just campfire there. Just you and your boy. Just drinking or not drinking. You know, just there. Just enjoying being in nature. Yeah.
Shout out to nature.
Nature. I love you. Thank you. It was Earth Day the other day. I appreciate you, Earth. Thank you. Sorry we're destroying you. But yeah. So actually. Sequoia, we have a story when we went with Izzy. I think your brother went. Yeah.
I heard about that.
So people, if you're in Sequoia, don't take edibles. My boy Izzy did. And let's say it took an hour for him to go through like a half-mile hike that was pretty level. We had like every 10 steps, we had to stop and take a break.
When you went down to that tree, right?
It wasn't even, it was just straight. It was like a long path. Like it might have been a 5-foot incline. Like it was nothing. But he took an edible and we had to stop like every 5 steps. And then you see these 7-year-old group of people, like elderly people just walking by us like nothing. Izzy's right there like huffing and puffing like he's going to die. So yeah, hopefully my family's not listening, but don't do edibles. Drew, but
that's
yeah.
not a problem?
Nah.
Cool.
Drew, miss you, Drew. Love you.
Love you, Drew. Miss you too. Not as much as Ali, that's your brother, but I mean, that's my boy.
Beating him in fantasy right now, but it's all good. But yeah, I try to, you know, go camping. I've been to Yosemite a few times. Zion's amazing. Yeah. And my brother, thanks Drew for the park pass, so I get to go to any national park, so I'm trying to use that. Anybody's trying to go, hit me up, because nobody's down.
Let's go. Let's go. Just with my work schedule, but you got to let me know how many days.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Even for the weekend, like leave on a Friday, come back Sunday. There's some that are like 3 hours, which is nothing, you know?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm down, dude. Well, we'll talk out after, but let's set something up. Let's do that. Getting back to your brand, one thing I was telling right now at the liquor store, I was telling my homie, he asked me, like, what are you up to tonight on this Friday night? Like, it's a fucking beautiful night. You grabbed me some good beers. I'm about to go do a podcast with my boy. And he's like, oh, dude, sweet. Like, who are you doing with it? I told him, my boy Alex. Alex out of Uplift Apparel. And he's like, oh, dude, I've heard about that. You know, like, you're not famous. I won't let it go to your head. But you're famous, dude. Everybody knows who you are. If they don't know who you are, they know your brand and who you are because of your brand.
It's because a few weeks ago I stopped in. I picked up that Revolution IPA that they have. And yeah, he's like, that's a good beer. I'm like, yeah, I used to, you know, a band that I'm used to tour with is touring with them. And so that's how the conversation started. He's a fan of Ayaterra. Yeah. So yeah, we just exchange emails and stuff. But yeah, he's a cool guy. That's how that started. And yeah, it's cool. Just the connections you make. And yeah, hopefully it builds from that.
And I told him, like, dude, this guy threw his own festival. So that, you know, on the drive over here, I was like, fucking Alex threw his own fucking festival, dude.
That is the craziest thing I've probably ever done.
Go into detail, man. I'm all ears, dude. By the way, it was awesome. It was awesome. I went. We went. And it was a 2-day event. We got the 2-day pass. I filled up my car. It was 5 of us. We got a hotel, and we're like, dude, we're out here. At the time, I don't think Uber was a thing yet. So we got a taxi. We had to get 2 taxis, and we actually talked the first taxi into letting us all fit in the car. He's like, dude, I can't do this. We're like, we'll shoot you an extra 20. Like, get in. And we went out there, dude. So, but please go into. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun for you guys, but for me, that was the most stressful thing I probably ever done in my life. doing a festival, mostly I had help, but it was mostly by myself. Dude, it was tough. Like, it was a lot of work, and yeah, I mean, when you're doing that, you're not really enjoying the festival. You're kind of making it so other people enjoy it, and just
Well, thank you. We had fun.
yeah. And I didn't really, yeah. So you're just, it's tough. It's a lot of work. I did another one like later in the year, and that
Was that the
each
House
one,
of Blue ones? House of Blues?
No, the Winter Sessions one.
Oh, okay.
The same spot. But everyone's learning. You get to learn from your mistakes, and it gets better and better. But yeah, it's just dealing with when it's by yourself, just dealing with bands. Just everything that goes behind it is just you. It's the hardest thing you could ever do, and if you ever do one, I suggest get a team. Which I should have done, but I was like, me, I'm down. Let's do it. But yeah, it was a cool experience. I got to connect with a lot of bands that that played at the festival. And there's a lot of bands that are bigger now. It's cool to think back at the lineup we had, which is mainly a bunch of up and coming bands, and to see where they're at now, it's pretty cool.
I remember, to this day, I think they were called SM Familia. I may be butchering it, but I was like, damn, these guys are really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're at now. But
I haven't heard too much from them yet.
I just remember that they were at the outdoor stage. I just remember being like, damn, dude, these guys are like really fucking good.
That's what I want to do. Like, dude, there's so much talent. But, reggae in America is still growing. Like, now, that was 6 years ago. Five.
5, yeah.
Around
that.
that.
Was after Cali Roots.
Yeah. So back then, you only had the top, like Soldier Revolution, the top bands, and it was still growing. There's so many bands that haven't been discovered, but they're so talented. So that's mainly why I want to do something, just kind of get these bands in there, kind of put them in front of people. Yeah, there's a lot of talent. But now, now there's so many, reggae is growing so much in the country, and like you see festivals everywhere, so it's a lot more competitive. But I think that's good because more people are listening to it, and the message. Hopefully, they kind of go with the message of these bands. Kind of live by it. Not totally, but you know what I mean.
Would you ever consider doing another festival? Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. It's just there's so many festivals going on, and I kind of have other plans to do other stuff. First that I want to do with the brand. So I want to work at those before I even start thinking about another festival. Yeah. Maybe a small one, just I don't know. We'll see.
It's fine if you can't, but if you could, can you elaborate on the things that you want to work with the brand?
So
if you can, it's cool, dude. Trust me. There's a lot of people that said like I'm not free to discuss that yet.
No, so I'm working. By the time this comes out, I'll probably be out. So I'm working with a videographer. Shout out to West. Trying to do a media company through the brand. Create more content, more videos, probably behind the scenes. We haven't planned out what exactly we want, but definitely work with more bands that way. And a goal of mine that I've kind of been thinking about last couple of months, eventually open up like a little shop, like just have a shop, a space do some shows for bands that are trying to come in, just do some acoustic sets, something like that. But also run not just the brand through there, but also do like split it with a screen printing in there. Because I learned screen printing, something I wish I would learn earlier, or there would have been a class for me in high school or something. Probably was. Was there?
No.
I don't think not at our school. No, our school barely had anything. Yeah.
Autotech didn't have enough cards to get worked on.
Exactly, yeah. Art, well, we didn't have enough supplies to make art.
You shared fucking color pencils.
Exactly.
Shout out to Mountain View in El Monte.
Mr. Switzer. Remember Mr. Switzer?
I never had him for art, but I had him for like what's it called? Like
that freshman class.
Yeah, Tech or whatever.
Yeah, I had him for that.
And you would tell us, like, dude, when you guys are fucking acting like idiots, I'll go take a smoke break.
You can tell. No, but when he was in art, he was different. Like, he would throw on this mask, stand on top of the table, and stare at the other room across the hall, like just these crazy things. Like, what is this guy doing?
I've heard a few stories about when people used to fall asleep. Like he like sit down next to him and put his head. Like, I don't know if these are true, right?
It was cool. No, he did like. He was cool. He was a way different teacher because that was his thing, art. Like he was way different from his other. It seemed like he hated that class.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
that's what I had him for. So yeah, that's what I knew him.
I had him too. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of want to create a shop. With my brand, like split in half with my brand in the front end, and then like a little screen printing setup in the back, and kind of still run both. You know, screen print for whoever needs it, but also have my brand there. Kind of have little events. I don't know, open mics maybe. I don't know. I haven't really gotten into detail what I want, but just something community based. Like have print shop classes like for high school kids that want to come and just learn something, just an extra trade that they might enjoy and might want to go into it. Just doing something for the community. I've always worked with kids. Always worked in community.
You used to work at the park, I remember.
Yeah, Parks and Rec. There's a Moore Park. It's a pretty crazy park, but yeah, worked there. I worked in Mountain View Park too. All over Almani. I worked at after school programs. LA, city of LA, summer like baseball camps. So yeah, I've always been around kids. I think, kids are pretty fun. Like they have their own little world. But yeah, just maybe, have something there for them where they could learn, maybe want to learn something that they might not learn somewhere else, or they might not have the opportunity. So just having a space for the community. So I don't know if I want to do it on mine or somewhere close by, just creating a spot for the community to come enjoy, but also learn. So that's one of the plans for the brand, but also, just still do festivals, building. I came off the road recently, just kind of focus more on the brand, because when you're on the road more than half of the year, you can't do anything from the road. You can't ship out orders, you can't print, so I had to take some time off just to kind of settle down and figure out how I'm going to grow this brand. And yeah, so I've been doing that. Focusing on just online marketing and all that. It's definitely a lot of work, especially when you run the brand by yourself. You do emails, marketing, graphics, printing. Like it's
social
a lot of work.
Media, social media, yes. We were talking about it before. I told you, like, dude, it's a lot. And I mean, I'll fucking credit to you. Like for the people that don't know, go check out shopouplift.com. They're more than just an Instagram. Like these guys are for real. And when I say these guys, I mean Alex. And don't get me wrong. No, I know Izzy helps you. I know Eric helps you. I know Andrew helps you. But I mean, they're all great.
I owe it to those guys though. Yeah. They helped me a lot more. If without them, I wouldn't have been able to do all these festivals. So shout out to them for always helping. And that's what I'm trying to do. Build a brand. To me, to be successful is not just for me to be successful, is to create a business where I can have not just me, but my friends, live off, be
part of the success.
Yeah, part of the success, but like be able to live off of that, like where they're not trying to make ends meet, where they can live comfortably. That's the goal, just to have a business where all the workers, everybody in it can live comfortably. So yeah, shout out to them for always being there. Appreciate it.
No. I mean, no disrespect to them, but what I mean is like, you're the one doing all of that work. You get me?
Yeah.
Like what we were talking about before. Like I was telling you, like, dude, this podcast is nowhere on any type of level of success. It's just like 3 episodes in, and it's a fucking bitch to be doing it. I'm getting emails like trying to like back and forth, trying to do the schedule. People canceling. People fucking, hey, Tuesday won't work after all. Now Thursday, I'm like, oh, sorry, I can't Thursday. That's already booked. And then still like, oh shit, I got to create a picture to be able to share that. And this is very easy, like it's easy. It's complicated because it's a lot of things, but it's easy stuff. So when I see you doing all this complicated shit, and it's a lot of it, that's what I do. Before we, got on the mic, I'm like, Alex, this is a lot, man. That's why I extended, that help to y'all. I could do this for you, or I can at least teach you to do this, so that it's going to help you in the long run.
Yeah.
And it's just, the same thing. Like, it's something that I wouldn't say I'm good at, but that I know what I'm doing. But I was like, dude, if that could help you out, then that's, I'd be glad to be a lending hand. So, I mean, what would I say? If you go to shopuplift.com, if not, check them out on Uplift Apparel, on Instagram, on Facebook, and you'll see, like, these guys are legit. It's not just, like, he doesn't give himself credit. He says he's a legend, but he's still humble.
Legend at other things.
You're still humble, dude, which is beautiful. But, I could say it for you as a friend, as a fucking, I don't know what I'd say as a, I mean, we're friends, but I mean, as far as somebody that
you've seen the whole journey, what I've
I remember
gone
the days of Kickstarter. I remember all that, so I've seen you go from, you haven't heard it yet, but, yesterday I had Alicia Chain Cruz on it, and she said, like, dude, I've been watching your journey, la, la, la. And I'm like, dude, I've been watching yours,
Yeah.
So it's like, I appreciate what you've done. Like, it's like, dude, like, and you're still going, you get me? Like, it's only going to get bigger. I know, dude. I know it's only going to get bigger. And not just bigger, like, as far as, like, oh, you get more followers. I mean, your whole, like, umbrella, like, especially with this digital company that you got going, you're going to have more influence out there, which I think one of the people that should have influence out there is people like you. Somebody that's spreading a good message, not just some bullshit ass fucking,
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. I just, I feel like it's nowhere, to me, I'm still not successful because there's still a lot of things that I want to accomplish, and there's still a long ways to go to where I want to be. It's still, I feel like it's still I'm still starting a business just because it's still early. Dude, but it's, like you with this podcast, there's so many, the first couple tries at doing what you want to do. Like, I remember here when I first bought this screen printing equipment, when there's a special way you have to cure a shirt, you have to put it through this dryer, right? And I was putting it so hot that it was actually burning the shirts. Like, they were burned, like they were hard. Yeah. And that's when I learned, like, dude, like, I messed up so many times. There's so many things that I done wrong at the beginning, but it's a learning experience.
Part of success.
Like, you learn what you did wrong, and you grow from that. You find out what you did right and learn from it.
Yeah. There's this, like, I would, like you said, not my motto, but there's one of these, like, things that I live by, and it's like, it sounds ugly if you don't understand it, like if you just hear it, but I don't make mistakes, because even in my mistakes, I'm learning from them. You get me?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if you make that mistake again, then now you're fucking up. So it's not a mistake; it's a fuck up. So you're fucking up. Like, so when you say, "Oh, I made a mistake," it doesn't sound that bad. But when you fuck up, you're like, "Oh fuck, I can't fuck up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fuck up again." And so initially, when you make that first mistake, you learn from it. And it's one of those things where there's certain things you're gonna mess up over and over again. But I mean, it's like, are you trying to fix it? Okay, you still messed up. Okay, it's not perfect yet. And
but
it's
how can you learn? Like, what can I do? What did I do wrong?
What do I need to do right?
Exactly.
Or what can I stop doing for that not to happen again? And I don't know. It's like this is cool. I made so many mistakes. Fucking Izzy. At the time, I had made 2 mistakes. He said, I can't wait for you to make mistakes. And now I'm just making mistakes up the ass with the audio editing, man. It's fucking hard work.
Yeah.
And people tell me, why haven't you put an intro on these episodes? I'm like, dude, there's like a 30-second intro on it. And like, oh, I can't hear it. And I listen to them and I can't hear it unless I'm in my car. If I have headphones on, it sounds like I'm whispering like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's their mistakes, dude. And so obviously, it's a fuck up at this point because I did it more than once. And so I'm working on these things, and it's one of those things where you have to continue. People are messaging me, and I'm like, this is not a success. People are like, oh my God, congrats on the success. I'm like, dude, this is not successful at all. To me, at least. I'm like, dude, no, man, I'm just trying to put good content. I hope they enjoyed it, but people are supportive. They're telling me they enjoy the conversations they've heard so far. And I'm just like, okay, I got to keep doing it. I'm not complacent. I'm not going to say, okay, cool, we're done. Let's wrap it up. I'm like, dude, this is just the beginning, guys.
It's just, dude, when you hear, I bet you 30, 40 episodes later, you're going to look back at the first ones and see, 10. Like me, like I look back at the old stuff that I used to print, or like, so like damn, like, you know, not that it was shit, but like
I get what you're saying. Just
not saying that yours
no.
You learn.
No, but I understand what you're saying, because I've gone through that, like in other aspects of different things. Even like on an Instagram post, when I had Top Shelf Sports, I'd look at the first post. I'd be like, "You're a fucking idiot, dude." Just
same thing, dude. Same thing.
Like, what the fuck are you writing? Just fucking put $25 hat, man. Like, that's all you need. Like, fuck, dude, it's a good hat for cheap. Like, shut the fuck up and let people buy it. Like, exactly. So you get me? So I'd be like, oh man, like.
But then, you know, it's a good thing, because if you see that, then that means you're growing. Yeah. You're learning from those mistakes. But yeah, definitely. Oh
man, you know what? I was going to ask you. I wanted that shirt. I probably should do this on the podcast. But this is real. You know, we're keeping it real. It was like a navy blue one with the circle. The logo was yellow.
That was the old school one.
Yeah. Remember
roots.
Your roots.
Yeah,
dude. I had that shirt for like fucking, I want to say like 5-6 years, and I wore it everywhere. And people tell me, dude, buy another shirt. So I buy the same shirt from you. And then I don't know, I got too fat. And I was too embarrassed to ask you for another shirt.
Dude, sorry, they're slim fit. I'm sorry. I like the fit. I'm just kidding.
No. I'm just saying, dude, bring those back.
I gave you like a small. That's probably why I probably gave you a small. You should have told me it was the wrong size. You're messing up your sizes.
Oh man. Getting back on track.
That
was good.
You just, dude, you're doing. It's a learning experience. You're not an expert at something. You're just starting. You know, like I'm still learning so many things of what I'm doing. You know, I'm still doing things wrong, but it's up to you to figure out how to be better at that. How to learn from that. Yeah.
One thing, I mean, I emailed you this, but I just want to throw it out there because I just think you'd be good at it. Why don't you start your own podcast? You have the network, dude. Especially if, dude, I'm going to throw it out there before anybody else does. The reggae fucking, like the reggae world, you know, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus specifically. I wouldn't say they suck, but they're not all that great. If you were to get your name out there, dude, it doesn't have to be Uplift Apparel. It doesn't have to be fucking Alex with the Uplift, but just, you know, your whole little thing you got going on, man. You have a great network. I know you do. We've talked about it. It doesn't have to be the major brands, the up-and-coming brands, you know, get them a platform. You're a fucking good guy. If you could do that, I mean, you're successful at everything you've done. You'll be successful at that. Just throwing it out there, man.
No, I just don't have the time. I do the meet. I do. Honestly, what I'm trying to do is build a team. Just, you know, I'm working with a videographer. We barely started working, but just building a team that kind of specializes in their area. Because if you're the best at everything that you're doing in your business, then you're doing it wrong.
You're doing something wrong.
Because you can't be the best at everything, you know? There's just too much to know. So you got to build a team of people that have their own specialization of what they can do, what they're good at. So that's where
a social media guy, a marketing guy, a sales guy, videographer, everything. Photographer, fucking sound guy.
Exactly. Like you got to build a team. Like that's where I'm not saying I'm doing it wrong, but it could be so much better when I have that team together. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
So you could delegate and just oversee everything.
Delegate and just focus on the things that I need to focus on. They take care of the things that they're good at. And slowly, I'll build a team, and I already have friends that, interested, and just we're waiting. There's still a lot of things that I need to do myself first before I build that team. But yeah, just building a team. But onto what you were saying, if I had the time, I would just. Right now, there's just so many things going on, things that I'm trying to build, but that's a great idea. It's podcaster than you. I listen to podcasts all the time, especially fantasy baseball. That's why I'm so good at it.
Do you want to talk about that for a little bit?
We'll talk later.
Okay. That'll be fun. Shout out to Pika. And the best rivalry in sports is not Yankees-Red Sox. It's Alex and Pika in fantasy baseball.
How's it a rivalry when I'm always beating them? I mean, I can't, It just, I don't like to get into it just because I don't want to push anybody's buttons. You know, I'm not a best friend in that league. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
All right, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that later. There's some things that. Sorry, I'm running on the tangent, but
oh, dude, feel free. It's unscripted for a reason.
Those people in that league,
they're all my boys.
Yeah,
we
I
like
love
to
those
push each other's buttons. Yeah,
but you know, there's some shady things that went on, and yeah, I feel like we had to have a meeting to go over it instead of just text because you could get everything wrong over text.
You know what's a great idea? This little fucking machine right here could hold up 4 more microphones. We should get 4 more people.
Fantasy, yes.
I mean, sorry for everybody else.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about anybody's fantasy team. Yeah. So just skip
Don't do fantasy baseball. It's stupid.
Skip like 2 minutes.
Games, yeah.
Skip 2 minutes, and then we'll continue. We'll get back on track. But we should do a fantasy episode about, I don't know who'd be good. I mean, fucking Commissioner Rudy, Jerry, Ozzy, probably Roy.
Yeah, you don't need me.
No,
you. No, nobody
dude.
likes me in that league.
Dude, I love you. But I mean, that way you get your fucking message out there. That shit is fun. Oh, we gotta add fucking Pika in there just for the shit talking.
Can we add Udi just to make fun of him? I'm just kidding, Udi.
Udi wants. I'm gonna get Udi on here.
Udi, you're gonna come back. You're 0-10, but you're gonna come back this week. I believe in you.
All right.
Sorry. All right. What were we talking about?
Let's get back on track.
Okay.
Oh, tangent. You say you're gonna go on a little tangent
about fantasy baseball.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we went there.
2 beers later.
2 beers later. It's crazy, man. This shit is pretty strong.
It is strong. But yeah, with the brand, I just, been doing my own things without, designs that kind of spread a positive message. Just
have you thought about getting like a, not that I don't like your designs, because I do, but I mean, have you thought about getting like a fucking, I don't know what it's called.
Graphic designer?
Yeah.
Actually for the new logo, I got one just because I wanted somebody who, thought differently than me, and yeah, I liked it. Definitely want to do that for some, more intricate designs. Definitely go that way.
No, just part of delegation, because I know that takes hours.
Hours. I mean, then you just make a bunch of mock-ups, and you're not like hours later, you're still not happy with it. So, but yeah, definitely a graphic designer, just to have that work done, where you don't have to worry about it. Tell them your ideas, what you want. Yeah, definitely. That's part of the team. Adding a team member like that. Yeah. What were we talking about? These beers. These are not Modelos, huh?
This is IPA, and I think this is double. Oh shit! Oh shit!
All right, we gotta.
No, we're good.
We gotta cut Hector off.
Cut Hector off. Fucking my cable fucking slipped. Blame it on the cable. Now we're good right there. Check.
Yeah, so
far. Hold on. Give me 1 second just to make sure everything's plugged in. All right. Sorry for adjusting in the middle of the talk, but this is the way we do things. Check. Yeah, we're cool. Talk in front of your mic.
Hello.
Again?
Hello.
Okay, good. That's what happens when you don't fucking edit.
Yeah.
I just go fucking...
Are we not editing?
No, it's just start to finish. Yeah, start to finish.
I apologize.
Don't, man.
I'm about to say some...
No. So going back to what we were talking about, like your brand, what's the next step? I know, I mean, not in a, I haven't been paying attention way, but I mean, I know you're doing the digital media company and everything, but I mean, as far as like, okay... What's the next move for Alex and his team and Uplift Apparel?
I'm just trying to build, because I do pretty good at festivals. Now it's time to build the e-commerce. By that, marketing and all that. Yeah, just trying to build that off because I was on the road for so long that, e-commerce, the online was, hardly anything just because I couldn't ship out. Like, I didn't want to promote on social media when I can't send out a package just because I'm on the road. So yeah, getting back to that. Looking into sponsoring a few bands that will kind of spread the message, like has an ideal message in their music, the same as what the brand's about. And I have a few in mind, so definitely work on that. And yeah, just keep growing, just keep spreading the message, getting to more festivals, getting to more people, to more bands, and getting more involved in that scene. Because at the beginning, I was pretty involved in the scene, just working with bands, promoting music, and as I toured, it kind of took a little hit just because I couldn't do the same amount of work on it. So just getting back to the basics, getting back to that, and it's been pretty good. Yeah, just being in the scene more, getting more involved. That's the next step. Getting back to that.
That's good. Good to hear. Glad you have a plan.
I mean, I try. I'm down for anything, you know.
Yeah, you're a legend, man. What do you want to talk about? Anything you want to throw out there? Shout out any brands or anything like that, or bands? I mean,
bands. Just, dude, if you haven't listened to reggae, just take a listen to it. I know when I first got into it, before I even heard it, I was like, I would never listen. You know, I listened more to, like, you know, Circus Survive, Brand New, Taking Back something like back in those days in high school, and slowly, like, you know, Pepper was more reggae rock. Listened to some ska, wrote Big Fish, and I got into more. Once I listened to Pepper and all that, I got more into the bands like Revolution, Tribal Seas, and I went deeper into the smaller bands. And just, it's good music. It's something you could just vibe to. Well, to me, go to a show. It's a cool experience. It's not like, I feel it's different from any other shows. Everybody's just cool with each other. It's a cool experience. I definitely recommend to check out some music and just check out a show.
Any bands in particular you would say, like, let's say,
Iatera, check them out. The next big thing. Stick Figure, you know, the big bands.
I'm a big fan of the Dirty Heads.
Dirty Heads are cool. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're I
mean, I like Revolution. I like fucking Soulja, but like me, I like Dirty Heads is something that, like, I think like a week ago I was just kind of like, what haven't I listened to? I've been listening to podcasts like crazy, just trying to be like, okay, this one's really good. Let me try to emulate that. And then I kind of get bored of it because I feel like homework. I'm not listening to it for the content, which is what I like to do. I'm kind of listening to, like,
just
let me see the way. Yeah, let me see what the way they do it. And then one thing people ask me, like, do you listen to your own? I'm like, nah, man, I'm my own biggest critic. I listened to it once after the, you know, like tonight after this recording, I'll listen to it on the drive home. And then once I'm editing, I'll listen to it again. And after that, I won't listen to it again because I'm like, dude, I'll be like, Hector, you're a fucking idiot. Like, how did you say this instead of this?
Yeah.
You know, because fucking hindsight is fucking 2020. But I'll be like, you're a fucking idiot. How did you fuck up this? Like, you didn't even say that. There was such a long pause. Like, what were you thinking? You know? So I'll stick away from that. But once I start listening to podcasts and it feels like homework almost instead of like enjoying them, I'll do the music thing again.
Yeah, for me too. I was listening to podcasts for a while and just, I kind of, not burnt out, but just, I wasn't listening to learn. I was just more playing just to have it there. And so that's why I switched to music. But now, you know, you got to have
a balance. Yeah.
But yeah, Dirty. Yeah. What I like about kind of the reggae scene here in the country, just each band has their own influence. Like the Dirty Heads have a little, you know, the hip hop.
Yeah, that's why for me, you know, somebody fucking Meek Mill lover.
Yeah, and some are more like roots. They have that root sound. Others mix in ska. So it's each band's a little different. They have different influences. That's why I like it. Just their own style, you know. Yeah. It's cool music. Definitely check it out. I think, you know, if you want to talk about being on the road, what the road life is, being on tour.
This has been great. I can always tell when it's been good or when it's kind of been shaky. This has been great. But anything you feel like, okay, this is something people would
want to hear, would never experience.
Exactly.
Being on the road, like being on a working crew in a touring band, just not many people get experience in. That's why I did it, just to live a life that not many people get to, you know? And don't get me wrong, it's, you know, a lot of people think, oh, you're working with a band, you're just partying all the time. Like, not at all. Like, the band that I was with was like a 12-passenger van, you know, 6 of us, like, we're in a van driving 8 hours till the next show. Just, you know, we work, we say, you know, you get to the venue early just to wait. You sit and wait. So you get to the venue early, because you load in times like 12, not 12, but like 3 to 4. It depends. And you're just waiting around. Like if I'm doing merch, so I'm setting up all the merch, and then you're waiting around for the show to start, and then I'm there at the merch table. I can't really, like as a merch guy, you can't really. You're not there partying. You're in charge of money. You're in charge of merchandise. It's like a real job. Even though people don't think of it that way, it's a real job. Like you're working for the band. It's a lot of late nights. Shows don't end till 11, 12. By the time you pack up, it's 1, 2 in the morning. And you got a bus call at 7 in the morning. That's like, 5 hours sleep. You're sleeping on the road. It's a tough life. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not showering for a day or two. Like it's rough. It's rough, especially in the early days of an up and coming band. It's rough, but the experience, waking up in a different city. One day you're in New York, the next day you're somewhere. What's close to New York?
New Jersey.
I'm not good. I'm not good with geography. Yeah. New Jersey. You're in Boston the next day. It's a cool experience, and sometimes you don't really get a. They think you could
tourist and
shit.
shit.
Yeah, tourist. But like, I try to set up. I'll have an hour or two, whatever's close. I'll try to go look around. I like traveling. I like being on the road, seeing things. And it's definitely tough though. Like I said, like when you're in a van, just sleeping. Some of them are sleeping on the bench. Some are just sleeping sitting down. It's rough. But now once you get to you move up in the scene, you start getting tour buses and all that. I haven't experienced that. We had actually with the band I tour, we're in an RV, which is a lot nicer than the van because we actually get to sleep. But even then, like just you're always on the go. You're just sleeping on the road. But one thing we do have is called Roadie Fridays. Roadie Fridays. So that is whenever you have a show and the next day is an off day, it's called Roadie Friday. That means that the crew gets to get drunk. The crew gets to enjoy themselves. Even though I'm still working with the money, the merch, like we get to have fun too. So that's one thing I would look forward to on Roadie Friday. Just,
let loose,
yeah. But it's definitely a cool experience, and hopefully I'm trying to get back on the road, not for like a 4-week tour, just if a band needs like a week, a merch guy for a week or 2 weeks. And if it's in my schedule, I'm not doing festivals, and yeah, definitely. I love being on the road.
It's part of who you are now.
Yeah, it's an experience, and I definitely enjoy it. You're meeting people at shows, you're just connecting with people, especially where I'm at the merch booth. Especially if you're touring with a great band that you get to watch the show every night, Like, one of my favorite tours, well, two, actually, all these bands are great, but Catch a Fire, they're a band from New Zealand. They're one of my favorite bands live. Just seeing that show, for a couple of weeks. It was the last show, and I didn't even get tired of them. Like, I wanted them to play more. It's just, I like that. I like music. I like live music, so it's for me, being on the road and working with the band. I love it. It's a cool experience. It's not the easiest, though.
No, I mean, it's sacrifices. You definitely, in order to get anywhere, you have to make certain sacrifices, and it's tough. I mean, just hearing you talk about it, it's like, I'm like, fuck, that sounds awesome.
It's awesome.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Until you're waking up, you're sleeping on 5 hours, getting to the next city, you're driving.
But see, one thing you got to look at, people are out here sleeping 5 hours and driving to a fucking job they hate, saying like, fuck, dude, they don't have Roadie Friday. They don't have anything to look forward to.
Yeah. They get the weekend to rest, to just sleep in. Yeah.
And then do it again on Monday.
Uh-huh.
So even though you say like, oh yeah, there's the bad things, the people listening, hopefully not all of them, the few that are, this is a kick in the ass or thing. He's like, fuck this job.
No.
I'm going to quit this shit and follow my passion,
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Okay.
That's kind of like a common theme with the people I'm having on. They're all following their passions. Everybody's doing what they want to do.
Yeah. I think, so I'm going to kind of go off subject, but
go.
I went to school. I was did good in school. You know, my parents preached that do good in school.
Avid. I remember you were avid
One
student.
year, and then they switched it to a 0 period, and I couldn't even get to school in time for a first period, so you had to drop that. Miss Hines, shout out to Miss Hines. So one time, Miss Hines, I would always sleep during, what was it, SSR, right? Remember, after lunch, we'd have SSR for 15 minutes. We would read a book, and I would always fall asleep for SSR. And one time, she pulled me out. She's like, Alex, are you high? or no. She's like, are you doing drugs? I'm like, what? I just looked at her like, what? Like, no, I didn't do drugs. I still don't do drugs.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Hopefully parents are listening. Yeah, so, no, I never did anything in high school, so it was a funny moment in Avid. Yeah, so I went, PCC, stayed there a little longer than I should have, went to CSUN, got my bachelor's, kept going for my master's. I need one internship to actually complete my master's, which hopefully I'll do soon. If not, then that was a waste. Yeah, so I always went to school, but, my parents preached it, but nowadays, it's a lot different. A lot of kids are going to school, going into debt, working a job that they didn't even go to school for. Like, I don't know, I don't feel the same way as before about school. If you're not going to school for to work in the medical field, a government job, something that you have to really specialize in, then I feel like
the information's online.
Yeah, that, or it's just a waste of money. Like, you're going in debt, like, you're paying all this money that you're not even going to use this information unless you're networking, which is a big thing I didn't do. That's probably why, but even though it's still hard, like, to go to school, how many people actually network when they go to college? It's like a handful, So that's why I think, I don't know, school nowadays, if you know what you want to do, then yeah, do it. But if you don't, and you have something else that, a trade that you could do, or a business that you think will benefit people, then do it. Like, why not, And just do it. Try to work your hardest at it. If you need to do another job, if you need to do other jobs, like 3 different jobs like me, just do what you got to do it, and if it makes you happy at the end of the day,
that's worth more than any money.
Yeah, it pays the bills. If it makes you happy and you're not making money, then it's kind of hard. But if you have something else to support it and you're still doing, then yeah, that's fine. But if you're just relying on that, it's hard. But if you think it'll end up in something, something that will be beneficial, then yeah, do it. At the end of the day, yeah, do something. Life is short. Why work a job that you hate? Spend your life on that. Find something you like that you can make money off and live. I don't know, to me, if you live to make ends eat, that's hard, just to make ends meet. But if you gotta do what you gotta do, if you can live okay on it, then yeah, do it. I'd rather live okay on something I love doing than to stress myself out doing something I hate, making a lot more money. You know what I mean?
Clocking in and clocking out.
Clocking in and just, you have all this money, but you can't even enjoy it because on the weekends you want to relax. You can't do anything. So
miserable.
Just do something.
Do what makes you happy.
Yeah, exactly. And
what's that quote? I've been throwing out quotes like crazy, dude. I love quotes. Love what you do and do what you love.
Yeah. And that's been my motto. That's been my motto. That's what I've been living off of. Just, and I'm still nowhere to. If you would have told me where I'm at 10 years ago, I feel like what? I thought I would have had 3 kids by now, a whole house, working in a normal job, or
Life is what happens while you're busy planning for life.
Exactly.
And these are good. I'm just off the top of the dome.
Dude, you're great. You got them written down somewhere on.
My phone's off.
Practice it.
No.
Oh no, those are good. Yeah, I'm nowhere where I thought I would be, but at the same time, I'm fine where I'm at. I'm not
content.
Fine, but
no, you're good, but you're not content. You want more.
I want to be. Yeah, I want more. I want to achieve more, and that's what I'm working at. And if it takes me another 5 years, then that's fine. If at the end of the day, if I'm 40 and I finally get to where I want to be, then I'm fine. Like, it was successful, you know?
One thing people don't realize, it's not a race. Like, your homie got a good job at 22 and now he's killing it. Like, you shouldn't say, oh, fuck, look at me. What am I doing? No, it's like, first off, be happy for him. If he's your friend, your homie. Even if he's not, be happy for that person. They probably worked their ass off to get where they're at. But don't look at it like as a competition. Somebody's going to get married at 21, have the 3 kids, the white picket fence and all that shit. But that's not you. You do what, your life is going to be different.
You have your own timeline. Like, everybody doesn't get married at, dude, what's the age now? I don't know. Before it used to be 21, 22, right? When everybody doesn't get married at the same age. Everybody doesn't
graduate at the same age.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, some people don't get degrees. Some people go back and get degrees later.
Yeah. One thing I would say, just don't compare yourself with other people. Like, if you're on your own path and you're working at it,
enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy your ride.
You're working at it, you'll get there. Just do what you need to do. Like, don't compare yourself. That's where you start getting down on yourself. Like, oh, he's there and I'm just here. Like, okay, but what do I got to do to get there? And just don't get down. Just think positive and keep pushing, Keep grinding.
And off a little tangent, just something I was reading about 2-3 nights ago. Stop comparing yourself to other people's social media, their Instagram. You see people's Instagram, they're sharing their best. They're sharing everything that they have good going for them, not their bad. Not to hate on that, but just you are comparing all of your life, the good, the bad, the so-so, to their best. So when you're comparing your bad to their best, you're like, oh, fuck, look at them. But they're looking at your post like, oh, fuck, look at them over there. Because they're comparing their worst to your best, because that's what you're putting out there.
You're not seeing their failures. You're not seeing what they went through. Like, this might be a great post, but you don't know if it's actually, like, right now that happened. It might be years, like...
Oh, yeah.
It might not even be relevant. Like, just, I don't know. I love and hate social media just because I love that you get to share your stories and stuff, but
keep up with the people you care about, too. Yeah. It's like a great aspect of it.
But I feel
there's
like
so much negativity tied to it.
I feel like a lot of people just, I don't know, maybe because I'm single right now. I don't know if it's because the dating, I don't know. Maybe I'm older, but I feel like a lot of people compare their lifestyles to this social media, like, influencers or all that, whatever you want to call them, and kind of, look for something towards that. Oh, is he or she gonna get me, like, to where I want to be, like that? Like, excuse me. And just compare themselves to their relationships, everything. Like, I don't know. It's different. Like, they want to be out there. Not everybody, but
a majority of the people on there. Oh, and
just want to show, like, just want to be, I don't know, like, go off tangent, but off subject.
Dude, feel free.
But, like,
man.
Coachella, like.
Oh, all the herpes?
I just saw that today, yes. That's why I'm not going to Coachella.
Yeah, go to reggae festivals. Herpes
Herpes
isn't fucking
it's not
thriving there.
Not at all. No, I feel like back then it used to be, I don't know, about the music, Now it's, you still got good artists here, and that's more mainstream. But
shout out to Los Tucanes de Tijuana.
Did they? Oh,
they were there. Yeah. That's why I wanted to go. First time ever, I wanted to go.
But yeah, like, I feel like most people go just to post that picture that
Next
they were there.
Yeah,
they were there, just to kind of not show off, but just be relevant. Be relevant. Like, look at me for. I don't know. It's the look at me generation.
Look what I'm doing. Yeah, I would say our generation is still guilty of that. But definitely, like, everybody under 25 is like, look what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. That's why, I mean, I don't hate on Snapchat, because, I mean, everybody tells me to get a Snapchat. People have told me you should make, I don't have one. I don't have one.
Bring back old Snapchat, but
I don't have one. But I was like, because I know me. Mm-hmm. I'd be on that shit all the time. The way people describe it to me, it sounds fun. But I just know, like, dude, you're unproductive as it is. Now you're going to add this other distraction to your life. I'm like, I'm better off not doing it. But people, go ahead. Okay. People, it's like this, I can't wait for beach season. And you go to the beach and everybody's on their fucking phone. I can't wait for Dodger season to start. You go to Dodger game, everybody's on their phone. Like, you're not here for the game. You're here to fucking post that you're at the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't go to the show to listen to the music, like you said. You don't go to this art fucking what are they called? The art shows, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't go to the art show like you're there to take a picture of
You're
it to
just
let
there
people
show
know
people that
you went.
yeah.
And I'm like,
I mean, it's one thing, yeah, to post about it, but like if that's all you're there for, then,
yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I'll take pictures of shit
I'll
too.
post a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take a picture of the Dodger game, but I put my phone down once I took that
You
picture.
actually enjoy.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
enjoy
exactly.
the
That's what I
moment,
mean.
you're enjoying where you're
And
at.
you see the whole time, like they're just because I've gone with people like that. Was what I'm saying. Like I've gone people to the beach. You have a bonfire, and they pay. Okay, I took a picture of the bonfire as well. But you post a picture of the bonfire, and now you're waiting to see who likes it, waiting to see who comments on it,
exactly,
and like replying to like, dude, like. So you don't care about this fucking bonfire. you care about you care about the picture of the bonfire. Like you're not here for the Dodger game.
Yeah.
You're here for that picture. And it's one of those things where it's like it's a slippery slope. I'm sure I wouldn't say I'm guilty of it because I'm very like, okay, I'll take a picture and if I post it, that's it. Get off the phone. I'll throw most of the time my phone is on silent. That's why it's for the people that text me, the people that email me. I'm terrible. I know I am.
I'm bad too.
Yeah, you took like 3 months to reply to me.
There's still some that I haven't read from
dude. I know, and I'm guilty of it too. Because I'll put my phone on silent, and I'll just be like, dude, if it's that important.
No, it wasn't 3 months.
Okay, let's say like
two.
Yeah, let's call it two. Let's get up. Let's call it general. No, it's cool, man. We're here.
Okay,
we're here. And no, you know what the part I appreciate is I DM'd you like at 8:30. Hey, dude, this thing came up, canceled. If you're open, let's do this. And you're like, oh, this time will work for me.
Yeah.
And we're here. Like this was. I just honestly, once it was canceled, I was like, well, I shouldn't even take my fucking equipment in the car. But I said, I'm going to be out there. And if something pops up, I'll have it in the car. I'd rather be prepared. And you came through in the clutch, dude. And this is crazy. Because I even thought, like, fuck, dude. I'm going to have Alex, like, in 2-3 weeks. This is going to be big. Because, you're like Izzy. That whole, I think you listened to it. I said, like, that aura. Like, you could already sense it here. I'm sure the listener is, like, fucking loving you.
One thing, okay, talk off. We'll talk about it later, but go on.
No, like that whole, like, it's just that, that welcoming, that whole fucking presence of just like, dude, okay, we did chill, that weekend when we went camping. Prior to that, when's the last time I had seen you?
Probably your place, or... But where is he? Where you?
Yeah, my old place, right?
Yeah,
but that was what, like 2 years ago?
Was it?
Yeah, dude.
Probably a year. No, it wasn't 2.
Dude. It had to be like 2.
I think it was a year. It wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know.
Because like that last year,
I'm not good at times.
Have a good memory. Sometimes I have a good memory. But anyways, to the point. What I tell you, like once the microphones are on, dude, you kind of notice them, but after like 5-10 minutes, you lose track. Yeah. And that's what I feel like with you. Like we just kind of. I was a little tense at the beginning. I was like, "How's this gonna go, dude?"
Yeah, the first was it? How long have we talked? An hour? I don't even know.
What do you think? Throw an estimate.
45? No, an hour 15.
Oh, you're pretty good. Hour 19.
19. Okay.
So you get me?
Yeah.
It's just free flowing.
The first hour, please excuse my talking. I wasn't drunk yet. Now I'm pretty good to just talk.
I'm a little buzzed, dude. That shit's crazy. Two tall cans.
But yeah, so what you're saying, like, I feel that vibe when you meet somebody you never met, you could feel that. I think I talk with Izzy, like, this is things we talk about with my friends, like Izzy, Eric, like when we meet up and go camping, we talk about stuff like this, like just real life stuff, like when you meet somebody, you could, that saying, your vibe introduces you before you even speak. Like, you could really sense this person before they even talk. Just the way it's a vibe. I don't know how to describe it. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
You could
the energy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So I think that's you learn a lot from that person just when you meet them, just how they are, their energy, what kind of energy they have, and that's what me. Like I like to have fun. I like to be positive. I like to, be happy. It's just because if you're not, then when you meet somebody, they're not going to feel that. They're not going to feed off that. They're not going to feel that energy. So that's what I try to be. Me always joking around, just trying to lighten the mood. But yeah, that's what I want to go on off. I totally agree what you mean by feeling that, like sensing somebody's energy when you meet them.
And isn't it welcoming? Like, I always feel like when you start a new job, when you start a new, whatever it may be, a new fucking Sunday league team, simple things is somebody saying, hey, man, like,
just the simple things,
the simple
attitude,
welcome, and
yeah.
you're like, oh, this guy went out of his way, because how old am I now? 30. I'm 30. And, some of those Sunday league teams, I was the old guy on the team, at 26, 25, these kids were like fucking fresh out of high school, 18, 19. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm the old man here. And then one of like the dads like taking the kids to the fucking Sunday league team, be like, hey man, you're pretty good. Like, I'm glad you're out here with the kids, and just like, thank you, sir. Like, fuck, somebody said something, I'm just standing around like a fucking idiot in fucking center field for fucking 5 innings before anybody said a word. And this guy just kind of like, hey man, like, I appreciate you being out here, like,
yeah.
I was never good, dude. I'll be honest. I was all right. I'm not a fucking... And, so to be, I had a few opportunities, people were like, hey, man, I heard you were pretty good. You want to come play with us? I'm always like, fuck yeah, dude. I love baseball. I wanted to play. Especially once I got older and the opportunities weren't as often.
Yeah.
And just to, like, if somebody be like, hey, man, you're pretty good. Like, you're doing these kids a favor. I'd be like, dude, that shortstop's badass. Third baseman's badass. Why are they fucking batting me second or first? I was leading.
Are you talking about our team?
No, after.
Okay.
Like, dude, I was fucking leading off. No, we were good.
Very good. But you're a good second. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I did bat second for a while, huh? But, just get me, like, the people that go out of their way to make you feel welcome, like, you're so appreciative. Because, like, dude, you're the new guy. I'm talkative as fuck. I'll talk to anybody. But I don't know anybody. I'm like, hey, guys, whatever. I'm the new guy. And nobody says shit. You're just like, oh, all right.
Cool. Like,
cool.
All right.
What do I do now?
Yeah.
I guess I'll fucking play for a few games, see if I fit in or not.
Uh-huh.
And when that person, it was a dad of one of the players did that, and then they saw like, oh, fuck, this guy's showing up. He's working hard. He's fucking putting in the time. He's not in here fucking around. They all started kind of be like, hey man, like what's up? Like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, fucking, I play ball, man. That's what I do. I come here to. I'm not. They're talking about the same shit I used to talk about on the King Cobras. Like, where are we drinking this weekend? Whose party is it?
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, I'm here to play, dude. This is taking time in my day, so I got to make it worthwhile. And once they start kind of seeing, like, damn, dude, like, you're pretty cool. And I remember that was the first time anybody called me cool. So I was like, dude, like, you guys are the cool kids. You guys are fucking 18, 19, enjoying your weekends, showing up drunk to the game. And I'm like the fucking old man, like, oh, fucking bastards. We're going to fucking get fucking, what's it called, mercied? Because you guys are all hungover. And it was just, I remember that team specifically. Because it was just like, they all went out of their way, like, hey, man, like, anything we could do to make you feel welcome. And I was like, why? Like, why?
Yeah.
I was more shocked than anything because people aren't like that.
Yeah,
it's very rare for them to be like that. So when I saw like more than just a few people, it was like half the team go out of their way to make me feel welcome, it was kind of like, huh, this is kind of cool. It took me by surprise. Yeah, it took me by surprise.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just, especially nowadays with everybody on their phones, like, I feel like you don't get that much, that often. It's just, people are on their phones, like, if you took phones away, do people even know how to act or interact? Like,
they don't.
It's crazy, like, you can't just have a conversation anymore. I mean, it's not like I experienced that before phones, because I'm in that generation.
We're that generation.
Yeah, but like, I could go and have a conversation with somebody. I don't need my phone there. And
people can't conversate. And, I bartended for a few years. And I remember this was like, what? I was 21, 22. So like 8-9 years ago. 8-9 years ago. And smartphones weren't that smart back then. They were just kind of like the first iPhones.
They were just flip. Oh.
They were dumb phones, I call them. Because they were smartphones, but they weren't all that great. And people would come in and order looking down at their phone the whole time. I'd be like, hey, whatever. My little sales pitch, You got to do it. We weren't corporate, but you still got to try to sell them. And they're playing Candy Crush the whole time. They're playing Farmville. You're like, motherfucker, like this shit is more important than your food. Like, you have a fucking, I don't know, your girlfriend, your sister, your mom, whoever this woman is in front of you. Like, she doesn't demand the respect for you to be fucking.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's only gotten worse. Like, I don't really
socialize as much. I do in a different
You
sense.
socialize on social media.
But that's
That's
guilty.
basically what
Like
it is.
everybody.
Yeah,
But-
that's what it is nowadays. It was what it's turned to.
It's just crazy to see it. Because like you're my age pretty much. You're a few
Yeah.
months. You're like 3 months, 2 months younger than me. 3 months. 3
Were
months.
you September?
Yeah. You're December. Yeah.
December, Christmas Eve. Shout
Yeah.
out.
Shout out to Santa.
Jesus. Oh, Santa. Okay.
You gonna say baby Jesus?
Yeah, baby Jesus. But
8 pounds 6 ounces. Baby
Damn.
Jesus. No, from fucking Ricky Bobby, Talladega
oh,
Nights.
sorry, I never. Oh, yeah, I did see that. I don't
Shake and
remember.
bake. Oh, dude, I tell you, I have a good memory in the sense I remember all those bullshit ass shit, but I can't remember like a fucking. I remember the quadratic formula, but I can't. A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Oh,
Shout out to
that's
Mr.
what it
Wang.
was. Mr. Wang, yeah, he was the greatest. Yeah, he was. Shout out to Mr. Wang. He's
You know, that's like the third time
he
that he's
spoke
come
like
up on the
this.
podcast, dude.
Mr. Wang spoke like this.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Anyways, back to social media. Mr. Wang. Oh, is he still? Oh, never mind. Let's not run on Mr.
dude,
Wang.
go where? No, that's not rag. I know. Cool guy.
No, not rag, but like
Oh, yeah,
run
yeah,
on
yeah,
and
yeah.
talking about the Wangster. Um,
Wangster.
Yeah, social media is just it's
Did you see what I'm sure you didn't. You're a busy man.
I probably did.
You know that whole thing. Correlation doesn't cause causation, right? Correlation does not equal causation. Like,
Yeah.
but like let's say, all right, I don't know, an example. Let's say it starts raining in California, like in the summer, for whatever reason. Let's say it rains like in June and July, it rains like fucking 20 days out of those 2 months, and then we have 3 earthquakes. People will be like, "Oh, all that rain fucking made the earth shake." It's fucking, and that's what it means. Like correlation, they correlate.
Yeah.
Doesn't equal causation. And to explain it, explain it terribly, but that's a good explanation. Well, around the time smartphones became prevalent in today's society, you and I are too old for this, but like everybody like 22 and younger, the percentage of suicides has spiked through the roof.
Really.
And it's something that I've kind of gotten into, but not really like as deep as I'm about to. I'm not saying social media is to blame for all these suicides. Like, I mean, it's anything that makes suicide jump is looked at under a microscope because you don't want people killing themselves.
Yeah.
Anything that's making children kill themselves is fucking under many a microscope because kids are killing themselves. And people much smarter than I are fucking looking at this like this is about to become an epidemic. Like the numbers are just through the roof. Like
It's
this is a
crazy.
trend. This is not like a little blip in the radar. Like this isn't like, oh, out of a sudden like a few more kids kill themselves. This is like, no, they've been killing themselves more and more and more and more and more. And the one thing that is tied to it, which I will gladly say it's not correlation, you know, we can't say it, it's too soon, but it's social media. And
what do you think? Like, what is causing? What in social media is
with the bullying,
the bullying? Just
dude, if a lot of these kids have like a bunch of DMs, you know, because
that's true. Yeah.
like, and one thing, was it Iran? One of the earlier episodes, we kind of talked about it a little bit, and it was back in the day. You know, you got bullied, you went home, and it was over.
Yeah, but nowadays
It's like, oh, they'll DM you, they'll make fake pages and DM you, they'll make fake pages about you.
Yeah.
And like send it out to people, and you know, like this other kid just killed himself after he told the principal, he told the counselor, like, hey, these kids nothing happened. They said, like, you can't let them get to you. Like, that's not advice.
Yeah.
That's advice like in the 1930s. That's why, I mean, I love teachers. They're doing a hell of a job, but that's why like these teachers need to do a better job of seeing these things. Like,
But do you think? I'm not saying it's outside the teacher's job, but
it should be a part of it.
it should. But do you think there needs to be somebody now with social media? There needs to be somebody extra.
I do. An assistant.
To be-
Okay.
Like,
You go to a
it's-
mechanic, he has an assistant. You go to a fucking orthodontist, he has an assistant.
It's
You
like
go to an optometrist, he has an assistant.
it's
Why
like-
can't a fucking teacher?
It's like not a teacher, but like a social media counselor. Like
dude, it sounds stupid.
no, it like.
But if
it's
that's what we
it's
need,
it's come down to.
yeah.
Like, yeah. It's
No, dude.
now with social media, like
when I say kids, dude, I'm talking about 15 and under.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, some people say, "Oh, they're already teenagers." But no, they're not, dude.
No,
15, dude. At 15, what the fuck was I doing? What was I, like a sophomore?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was wearing chanclas. I'm on you.
Chanclas on you, dude. No, dude.
I mean, Hollister, everybody laughing at me, but you know what? Yeah.
No, imagine, like, dude. I'm glad he didn't, but imagine like, oh, fucking Alex kills himself because they fucking wore chanclas that they made fun of him. I used to not make fun of you, but I'd be like,
that's how I got the nickname hippie.
I think it was me.
Because I was the hippie.
You were.
But yeah, just, I mean, I didn't care, like, you know, but there's not those kids that nowadays take everything in, like.
And not just that, but it's, you get home and you have a bunch of fucking pages,
about you or like comments. Yeah, it's changed.
Part of the older generation doesn't realize it. Killing of these kids, dude. Like, it's one of those things where, like, you say, well, maybe they should get off social media. Okay, let's get them off social media. But anytime any kids are killing themselves, like, we should say, hey, man, what's going on in order to fix it?
If you're off social media, there's still kids on it they're still posting about it. Like, they could still post about you, and your friends are still showing. You know, it's even though you're not on it, like, there's still, it's social media, the internet. It's
there.
There's no way to work around it.
And that we I don't know. I wish I had an answer. Say let's do this.
Yeah,
but we as a society, like we need to start looking at this like in a more aggressive state. Like kids shouldn't be killing themselves.
Not at all.
For whatever reason. For fucking, if it's bullying or if it's fucking, I don't know, man. Because their parents are killing themselves. What if there was a reason for it? We would say, "Hey, dude, let's fix that."
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, dude, we need as a society. Because think about it. How many of your friends have kids?
I have 3 friends. Just kidding. I don't. I mean,
okay. How many people that you follow on social media have kids?
A lot. Yeah. I mean, my age.
Yeah. No. Okay. Put it that way.
Lot, yeah.
So now imagine that 30% in the next 10 years kill themselves.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
30%? Is that the rate?
That's what's projected to be.
Yeah, that's
in
crazy.
The next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
It's been doubling every year for the past 7 years. And so we're not there yet. Mm-hmm. We might not get there yet. I hope not.
No,
but when you see, no, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, projections change. They fizzle out. Something else happens.
Yeah.
Maybe social media dies. Maybe this new generation is like, dude, fuck social media, and they stop abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
And it all just goes to shit.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think so either.
The way we're going, yeah.
It's like,
dude, I shared this article. There was this girl who got her Instagram deleted, and she made a YouTube video crying, saying that was her life. That's how she made money. It's like fuck. These, I don't know, not too many, but it's just a lot of the younger generation rely on social media now. That's how they want to make their money. I mean, if you're smart, yeah, but I don't know. It's different than what we grew up, you know?
But it's complicated.
It is.
Because I remember in 3rd grade, I wanted to be, without knowing what it was, don't get me wrong. Teacher told me, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" I said, "I want to play video games for money." She said, "Oh, you can't do that. Like, that's not viable." And I said, "Okay." "Well, I want to make video games." She said, "Oh, yeah, you could be a graphic designer."
Uh-huh.
And then she told me all the work that had to go into it. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, what a bitch."
Right?
Yeah. I was like, "What a bitch." Like, that doesn't sound like fun at all. She told me I had to do like 10 years of school. And if I was going to do like 10 years of school, I might as well be a doctor.
Well, back then, yeah.
No. But, I was like, oh, fuck that. Like, in 3rd grade, I was already like, okay, that's not something I'm going to do.
Recess.
And so, like, cool. And I was talking about this the other day. I was like, are you familiar with Twitch?
I heard about it.
Okay, so Twitch, I'm going to probably fuck this up. From what I know, I guess. Twitch is like a YouTube, but for gamers.
Yeah, you watch them play.
The channel.
So you're basically watching them play?
Yeah. And
that sounds fun.
It sounds fucking stupid. But the big ones, they have like 200, 300,000 followers.
Because they're the best.
And then they have like 2,000 people a month sending them like $5, $10. And you say, that's not a lot of money. $5. But
a lot of people doing that.
That's $10,000 a month, and they're playing video games. And I was like,
that fucking bitch.
I should have.
No, I mean, I would have never been good. You know, it's
ruined
one
my
of those
life.
things. Like,
How do you know?
but I was like, fuck, dude. Cause no, now I could like pick up FIFA and start playing or whatever the game is. What is it, Fortnite and all that shit?
I haven't played a game in years.
Oh, I played a couple games last year.
The last
PUBG.
game I played was Backyard Baseball.
Wasn't
shout
that
out-
like on the computer?
Shout out Pablo Sanchez, the
was
greatest
it
baseball
99?
player ever. Yes.
99, 99, 99. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, there's, I don't know, just, if you could find a way, yeah, if you're smart about, but just to post, to make a living off Instagram, just to post your, I don't know, it's a touchy subject, you know?
No, fuck them. Feel free. Don't. It's not. Nothing's touchy, dude. If they take offense, fuck them.
No, it's not anything bad, it's just,
I saw a good
find
post.
something to benefit people if you want to do that, you know? If you want to make money off social media, then find something to benefit people, like make money benefiting, helping other people.
Oh, see, that's not what they want to do, man. They want to post a titty picture and get fucking 1,000 guys to send them
I
like
tried
$3.
to post that. I didn't get any likes, dude.
Yeah, that's
It's-
the way it is. Because I forgot who posted it, but I'm sure they'll message and be like, "Hey, dude, that was me that posted it." But somebody posted like they delete Instagram and all you Instagram models are no longer.
I posted that.
That was you? All right. And all you Instagram models aren't famous anymore. Like, what are you gonna
Oh, you
do?
don't have a job anymore.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
okay. So shout out to Alex. And it's the truth.
It is, but yeah, I mean, they're models. Yeah, I get it. I don't know.
But see, there's a difference because the model is on like, doesn't just have to be nude. You could be on fucking
No, not at all,
FHM.
yeah.
You could be on Maxim,
You could
Vogue.
be just,
but those are
actual
models.
model, yeah,
But
yeah.
you can't be on Instagram and be
The
like,
Instagram model.
and be like, I'm an Instagram model. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I'm a Twitter king.
Instagram models are different than
Models.
model. yes.
Because see, I'm a Sunday League champ. Doesn't mean I'm
You're not
a World
from-
Series champ. Like
If I'm I manage my fantasy team to the championship, that doesn't mean I could.
GM the Royals. And
Exactly. Yeah.
I say the Royals because they're terrible.
Yeah. Dodgers gonna win it.
They've been saying that for. Oh, you want to talk about baseball for a little bit? You're
Whatever you want, yeah.
No, whatever you want to do.
You
But
call the shots.
Ah, no, I don't.
I'm
This
pretty
is it.
buzzed, so I'm
Me
just
too,
going with the
dude.
flow.
Same. I saw.
finished
The last little. I did that earlier too. You didn't see? I was like, oh, that shit's
I'm
empty.
gone.
No, okay. I don't hate the Dodgers. Shout out to the Dodgers. I
Okay.
know, no, because I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you hate the Dodgers. That's why you talk bad about them." I don't, man.
No, as a
But-
Dodgers fan, we should have won the last
two.
We have no excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
should have won.
So
It's not like, oh, we made it to the champ. No, the goal was to win it.
Nobody. Yeah. Okay. So 30 for 30, ESPN. Shout out to ESPN. The plug. The Bills. They lost 3 straight Super Bowls. It's one of the most embarrassing things
Yes.
in history. People don't look at them like, oh, it's fucking hard to get to a Super Bowl.
Mhm.
There's 7 teams that have never made a Super Bowl, and yet they made 3 of them back to back to back.
To it.
But they lost all 3.
Mhm.
If the Dodgers make another World Series and they lose it, dude, they'll be on the Bills level.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I agree.
I can't talk shit, man. You guys knocked us out of the playoffs last year.
No,
So I'm not trying to hate on you guys. I'm just saying.
we didn't achieve. Our goal was to win it all. We didn't do it. It's at the end of the day, it's not. Oh, we made it to the championship. It's a disappointing year. You didn't reach the goal that you wanted. So yeah,
and well, not funny, but we're in 2019, right? So 2017, they got close. Astros, I guess, were the better team. I thought you guys were, but the Astros were the better team. They won it all. And then I know, and I remember 2018. Let's say March, April. At least my homies on social media are posting like World Series or bust. That's what I'm. All the fans were angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're gonna win this year. And I was like, damn, dude, like, that's good that you guys know that if you don't win the World Series, it's a fucking failure because you spend all that money, you have all these players,
it's
you
a
need
whole
to,
year you wasted.
and then they lose. And I'm not talking shit. I just say, hey, man, it's a bust. Like, fuck you. We got to the World Series. I'm like,
Nah, I
oh
don't agree
man.
with that, no.
I'm like, dude,
At
that
the end of the day, you're not the champs. So it was a disappointing year. It was a failed year. A lot of fans like that.
a lot of fair weather fans, I guess they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I've been, I traveled to different ballparks. I've done that.
Oh, you did that whole tour with like Izzy and Pork Chop.
Yeah, we did Eric we did that first. So Izzy and Pork Chop, we did damn, I like traveling. We did Colorado, St. Louis, Kansas City, both Chicago's, Milwaukee. Was that 6? 6. Yeah, and then we did with Eric. We flew to the West Coast. Me, Izzy, Eric.
East Coast.
What did I say? Damn, this beer is strong. We went to the East Coast and knocked off both New York,
Boston, Baltimore.
No, not Boston that time. No. New York, Philly, Washington, Baltimore. Those 5. Just being to different stadiums, I realized our fans suck.
In what way?
Half of them are just talking out of their. They don't know baseball. They're just. I guess it's the gangsters that we have. The children.
Not just the gangsters, because
but a lot of them are.
Well, I mean, just because they're brown, you're.
No. Okay, if you look, you could tell. Like, they're not gangsters, but you can tell. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's just they're talking smart. Like, you could tell they never played baseball in their life, and they're just talking crap.
Okay.
And we go all these other stadiums. It's cool. Like, it's a cool vibe. Like, if you go to Dodger Stadium, you're wearing the other teams.
I do that fucking 3 times a year, every year.
And it's pretty dangerous to do that. I mean, not
dude.
Okay, if you're talking back, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I talk back.
If
push it.
Okay.
I'm the guy that's like, fuck you. Before they say anything, they dog me. Like, get the fuck out of here. You don't know shit. Eat your fucking sucks.
He didn't.
He did. No,
he's clutch.
He never made an answer.
Okay, you can't. Okay, let's not start. Okay, I'm about to drop this mic. Ether is clutch though. I'm not saying he didn't suck, but he wasn't
good either.
Heck, where's my phone? Let me pull up the clutch moments.
You shouldn't have been down in the night.
He was clutch.
He had like 6 walk-off hits.
That's clutch.
I wouldn't call it clutch.
Anyways, just going to different ballparks. Like, if I were a Dodgers shirt, like, nobody started talking like crap. Like, there's a certain level, it's fine,
of course. Like, you guys suck. Oh, fucking.
But then you go to the Dodgers Stadium, they're throwing stuff at you. Like, come on, like, there's a different level,
Well, it's because I guess the stadiums you mentioned, especially like Kansas City and St. Louis, like those are baseball towns.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to them, but that's all they have.
That's true. Yeah.
Kansas City is known for what? The Royals
Chiefs.
And the Chiefs.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, they don't have much. Yeah.
St. Louis, the Blues.
LA is a big city.
Yeah.
LA is a big city.
So they have all these things going on. So when there could be a Dodger game the same night, there's a Kings game, a Lakers game. I don't think football is like around that same time. It's like
football's after
September-ish. Yeah. So Dodgers are in the playoffs.
Exactly.
So these guys, that's all they have to look for. So they always say like these are baseball towns, and
But even New York, like it's just.
I heard they're assholes. You're like the first person to say that they're not assholes.
I mean, they weren't.
I heard they're worse than Dodgers.
They weren't. They were. I heard a couple of people. They weren't too bad, but no.
Because see, people had told me like, I went to Dodger game earlier this year, and the person I was with was like, Angel games are way better. Like it's way safer. I'm like, Angel games are fucking boring. Everybody's just sitting there like fucking like. It's not like you're at a baseball game. It's almost like you're at a fucking office.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? So I mean, do you want that? I'd rather. No, I'd much rather be at Dodger game.
I don't want. If this couple isn't like the opposing, wearing the opposing jersey, like I don't want them getting stuff thrown. I don't like why they're there to enjoy the game. You're making it, making it hard for them. Like you're trying to cause something. You're trying to cause a fight. Like why?
So the people that don't know, I'm a Braves fan. And I have a tomahawk, and I'll be like, oh.
You can't do that now, though.
Yeah, you can.
Native Americans, you can't.
I can.
I'm just kidding. Okay,
No, dude, what the fuck are they gonna do? And I don't know, man. I'll say it all the time. I'm not a gangster, but I'm not fucking scared. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Fuck. It's just, I don't know, man. I guess I'm wired differently.
So you were doing that, and then they
No. I mean. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to Gato. Me and Gato got kicked out. I don't even know who he played. I went to the Dodger game with Gato, and we got kicked out just because we were being too aggressive with the crowd. Because I don't even know why. He's a fucking Dodger fan. But somebody started talking shit, and we started talking shit back, and they ended up kicking us out. And I was like, dude, this guy's a Dodger fan. Like, what are you talking about? It wasn't against the Braves because he would have not been on my side.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where people are assholes in general.
LA
and some of them happen to wear
brutal.
Dodger jerseys. Because I'm not a Dodger fan, man. I'm not a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
But I love going to Dodger Stadium, man. There was a year where, they play 81 home games. It's a 162 game season for the girls listening that don't fucking know shit about baseball. Or at least that much. Respect
or
to you,
the
ladies.
guys that just come during the
playoff.
postseason.
Oh, that's a good line. There's fucking 81 home games. And I went to about like 40 of them, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy.
40?
Like, yeah. I didn't even realize it till like after
I'm
the
talking
fact.
crap, and they're probably last year I went to one home game.
No, not last year. I'm talking about like in my early
I'm just
20s.
saying,
Well, like in my early 20s, dude,
Yeah.
it was wild. And I went to like 2-3 games a week.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I fucking love it there. Like
It's-
I wear opposing teams' colors every time. Like I will never wear Dodger gear.
Like when we went to all these stadiums, like I told you, like I think Dodger Stadium's the worst, but
That's what
I
Izzy
changed my
says, but
mind.
he's a
I
Dodger
changed my
hater.
mind a little bit. Like I love the stadiums. Yeah, it's old, but the outfield, just seeing the boundaries. Like I changed
Yeah.
my mind. It's the fans are the worst.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I.
That's what you meant. And I
Yeah.
took it the wrong
Like
way.
I thought that, but after a while, like just the fans.
Some of the fans.
Yeah, some of the fans. Yeah, but yes, yeah. I mean, hopefully, I've done. Damn, how many have I done? I've probably done like 18 or 19 stadiums.
You're gonna say
so
like
far.
42, and there's only the
42,
fucking 30
I'm sorry.
stadiums.
I seriously, I was going over earlier. I was like, damn, I've been to 54 states. Then I was like, wait, there's not even 54. There's 50 states. I was kind of like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic,
Cuba probably
yeah,
own it by now.
Yeah, so, I mean, Virgin Islands. Yeah. So I'm trying to, hopefully this year I kind of knock off a couple more. Maybe at least one. Seattle. I want to do Seattle. I love like touring.
Yeah.
The Pacific Northwest is just beautiful. Like if you love being in forests and trees, you're driving on the freeway. There's just hills of trees. It's beautiful. So I kind of want to take a trip up there. Kind of want to do a couple of national parks up there just for a week. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's the plan. Just knock off a stadium, a couple of national parks. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Gotta-
And I kind of feel like we could go on for hours, Alex. I know we could.
It's probably we're 5 hours in.
At least. But I don't want to drag it on just for the sake of dragging on. I'd rather bring you back sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to add, or?
Yeah, just, basically on what I've been saying, just live your life.
No, these aren't the words of wisdom yet. So if
Oh.
these are your words of wisdom, no. But I mean, if you want to plug anything in, talk about the
Talk
bands
about
or
other
your-
stuff.
Yeah.
We talked about touring, talk about starting a brand, just doing something you love. Talked about baseball.
I got a little buzz quick. I wish I
I
would.
got a lot of buzz quick.
Yeah.
I think before we even started, I'm a lightweight. It's Modelo time.
It's Modelo time food.
I don't know what else. What else you want? Can you think of mine? Just being. I guess I would say just being more. Try being more of a positive. Not necessarily positive, but like try smiling more. Just trying to live happier. Like yeah, I know if you work the normal 9-to-5 job, if you work a job you hate, yeah, it sucks. But just try. Like I thought so much. Like how many of us actually stop during the day and take like just a deep breath and just relax? Like how many? Like and not even me. Like I don't even do like
Live in the moment.
Yeah, like,
enjoy
just-
the moment type
like
of
just
shit.
take a deep breath and just forget about everything. Like we don't do that. We're always on the go. We're always just trying to do something. We're always busy, especially here. Like I'm sure the people that drive in traffic, they just want to go home. Like they're sitting in traffic and just just get home and just want to relax, like go to sleep or do stuff. But like how many of us actually just take a deep breath and just like feel good? Feel good. So yeah, just
Smell the roses. I always tell
smell-
people smell the roses. They
Yeah.
smell like shit.
do
But
they?
smell the roses.
I should do
Look
that.
at the. I actually don't. I do say that. I do tell people to smell the roses because people. I don't know why. People. I'm not that smart, guys. But
He's
people-
pretty smart. He is.
people always ask me for advice. I'm like, dude,
stop and smell the roses, and they tell me, "What do you mean by that?" I'm like, "Live in the moment, enjoy it."
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
one thing I say a lot is I always tell people, like, sit down, get in a comfortable chair, put your phone to charge. People don't like being told what to do, so I tell them, put your phone to charge. You're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Go outside and look at the moon.
Just
Look at the moon, and the moon to me puts things in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much of anything out there. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of wealth. There's a lot of fucking freedom. There's poverty. There's a lot of waste. There's a lot of pollution. Everything.
A lot of flatness in this earth.
And yet, on that fucking moon, there's been a handful of people on it. Oh shit, you're a flat earther. I'm thinking about that right now. I'm like, oh shit, this is the wrong person to talk to this about.
Yeah, you lost him there. You lost him there.
And you get me? Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, dude, yeah, go take a picture of it later, of the moon, when you need your phone. But it's just like, fuck, we are so insignificant. We're here for a little bit, dude. If you're lucky, you'll live to 100 years.
God, yes.
Our recorded history, I think Izzy actually puts that today, like, recorded history. If it was a 24-hour clock, the entire, just Earth, not the universe, not fucking solar system, just Earth. If it was on a 24-hour clock, like on a time limit or whatever, like the last 5 seconds are humans being around, and the last 3 seconds is like recorded history. Like, dude, we're insignificant. In like 10 years, people are going to forget about each other. Hopefully not, but like a majority of us will end up with Alzheimer's. Like, we're going to forget everything. If you live to live that long. So why not enjoy the now, man? Just fucking.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Life is short. Like, if your life ends tomorrow, what are you gonna be remembered by? Just working hard, like, not enjoying life. Like, just enjoy it, dude. I don't know.
Like, I forget who told me this. We were drunk somewhere, and we were high. We were very high. We were passing around the blunt. We got
to do a podcast like that.
Yeah, we would do it.
I would go on for hours.
I wanted to, but I was like, when I have the space for it, like, dude, we could just smoke anywhere. Or unless we would like smoke in the car and then come back in and record. But then we'd probably forget and just stay in the car and not record.
Not record, yes.
But I was
never press the start button.
I was like 24, 25. And somebody told me, like, one day, like, they prefaced it by asking me, like, are you religious? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm at. I was younger then. I was like 22, 21. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I believe right now. I'm kind of in that struggle between this and that. So it doesn't matter what you are at the end of the day, man. You're going to be dead. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's true. And we were high as fuck, right? So everything's like kind of hitting you. You're like, yeah. You know that feeling that, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. You're right.
And he told me, like, one day your life is going to flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, that. Whoa.
Yeah, like.
Too deep for me, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So I always try to tell myself that. Like, I feel content. Mm-hmm. As not like I'm settled in, but I feel like, okay, I'm doing more now in my last 2-3 years than I did back fucking 5-6 years ago, but I still want more. Mm-hmm. And that's why, I this conversation, dude, I see the hunger in you. I see you want more. It pumps me up. Like, fuck yeah. They're like, look at this guy. Fucking, not to focus on that part, but you're like, not showering for a day or two. Like, this is a sacrifice. Of course you want to shower. You want a cold-ass shower, fucking some fresh deodorant, dude, some warm food, a home-cooked meal. But you're making sacrifices.
If you only would have known, just, dude, things that you had to sacrifice, like sleeping in the car, doing a drive, a long drive. Just, there's a lot, but it's
the behind-the-scenes work that people don't see.
That you don't see, like what I've gone through, like the failures.
Dude, that's a great thing to talk about. Are you comfortable talking about your failures?
I mean, yeah.
I what do you say? Like, I don't appreciate my failures, but I welcome them. Because failure is part of life. Like, nobody bats 1,000. For those of you not familiar with baseball, batting average, like, nobody bats 1,000
you're gonna fail. In order to be successful, you have to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, failure is a part of life.
It's you learn from. Yeah, you.
Dude, I'm buzzed.
You gotta.
I feel like we talked about this already, but I don't care. Keep going.
Oh. We talked about it when we were not buzzed.
That's true.
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
Failures.
Failures.
Your failures specifically.
Just, like I said, when I first bought the equipment,
like I said,
burning
you just
shirts like with scorch marks on them. Dude, I plugged in 2 different dryers and I had this house in smoke. Like, dude, like the power wasn't strong enough. Just printing a bunch of stuff that didn't come out good. Just failing. Like, it took time. It took a lot of money, a lot of time, and going to festivals, not prepared. Just learning from it, learning what sounds like, what to take, just failures. Just learning from your mistakes. So learning how to learn a new trade, learn graphic design, just doing stuff that takes you hours to do, and you could have just done in like 10 minutes if you would have like learned it the right way. It takes time. You learn from your mistakes, like we said earlier. Yeah.
All right, man. I feel like we're repeating ourselves, so maybe we should end it.
Next time we'll be
high.
And
we'll be high. I'd rather do high. Let's do both. We'll do both next time.
All right. Sounds
but
good.
All right. First off, plug your stuff. Give a shout out to the bands. Give a shout out to yourself, your page, your website, all that good stuff.
Shout out to Ayaterra for taking me on the road for a couple of tours. Actually, more than a couple. Definitely check them out. Great music, positive message. They're gonna be huge one day. My brand on Instagram, check it out. Uplift Apparel, shopuplift.com. Just if you need me for printing, if anybody needs, so I like to help a lot of bands out, a lot of companies out with printing. Like, I know what it's like to get started, like the financial, how much money it takes to get stuff started. So if you guys need shirts or something for your business, for your band, just let me know. I'll try to work out a deal. I know how tough it is. If I have the time, I'm going to help you out. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help out others because I got a lot of help when I first started. So I'm trying to give it back. Just let me know. Check me. Yeah, send a message. What's my Instagram? I don't even know.
Alex Uplift.
I
think it's Alex_Uplift.
No, I think it's just Alex Uplift.
Are
Yeah,
you
send
sure?
me a message if you guys need anything as far as like promotional stuff, like shirts, something. Yeah, I'm here. I'm always down to help out. Is it?
No, it's just one word, Alex Uplift.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And this isn't a self-help podcast by any means. And I mean, you're helping ourselves just by your message, but give the audience some words of wisdom on anything, any subject, anything, just some words.
Just try to just live life happier, smile more. Don't get mad at the little things. If somebody wants to merge into your lane, I know you talked about this, I heard it in a podcast. Dude, let them. What is 2 seconds of them merging in going to do to you? You're going to be late 2 seconds? Who cares? Like, help other people. Live life happier. Don't get mad at the little things because at the end of the day, you're going to forget about it. Just live your life.
All right. Alex, it's been a pleasure. That was good beer, man. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
This was awesome.
We'll do it again.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
Wasn't that great? Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening all the way through. So the 2 mistakes I made, the first one, silly. It's not really a big deal. I said, I remember the quadratic formula, whatever. I was drinking. That's not the quadratic formula. I said A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm not dumb, but I made a stupid ass mistake. That's Pythagorean theorem. And the second one, which is a little bit more important, I said the suicide rate is projected to go up to 30%, and that's fucking crazy. As soon as I heard it, after the fact, I was like, whoa. The suicide rate is going up 30% per year. So it's, even though that's stupid high and it's still ugly, it's not as bad as getting to 30% because, 30% of the population is just crazy. But yeah, so the suicide rate is still going up. We still got to figure out why. We got to, can't have that. But yeah, so that's the big mistake. It's 30% per year. It's a growing epidemic, but they say it should fizzle out or at least plateau about 7%, which is still high, but it's nothing like 30%. So that's my mistake. I apologize. I'll try to limit the mistakes, obviously, but, as soon as I heard it, I knew that was wrong. And, thanks for listening, and I hope that the mistakes didn't ruin the episode for you. As always, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under the Cool Kids Table Podcast, and on Twitter under the Cool Kids Pod. Thank you. Have a great one.